President Donald Trump has pardoned more people this week, including some who went to jail because of the Russia investigation. Deborah Alfarone is on Capitol Hill with details on that, as well as the latest on that coronavirus relief package.
President Trump pardoned more than 24 people last night, including some longtime political supporters.
Roger Stone was treated very unfairly.
Former advisor Roger Stone was convicted of lying to Congress, witness tampering, and obstruction stemming from the Russia investigation.
My trial was a Soviet-style show trial.
Former campaign manager Paul Manafort was convicted of financial crimes brought by special counsel Robert Mueller.
I feel very badly for Paul Manafort.
Also receiving a pardon, Charles Kushner, the father of President Trump's son-in-law, who completed his sentence over a decade ago.
Loathsome, disgusting crimes.
Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, a one-time ally of President Trump, was the U.S. attorney who prosecuted him.
Guy hires a prostitute to seduce his brother-in-law and videotapes it, and then sends the videotape to his sister to attempt to intimidate her from testifying before a grand jury.
Here on Capitol Hill, the focus is on presidential vetoes. President Trump vetoed the National Defense Bill yesterday, and he's threatening to do the same to the coronavirus relief bill.
You know, people are hurting right now. They're hurting.
Today, House Democrats will introduce an amendment to try and increase the amount of the bill's $600 stimulus checks after the president released this message.
Increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000.
It's a long shot, given they need Republicans to agree, leaving the bill and much-needed money on the table while Congress goes home for Christmas. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
The coronavirus relief bill passed with a veto-proof majority, but the president could veto it anyway, delaying any stimulus checks getting in the hands of the people who need them most. The defense bill also passed with an overwhelming majority. Congress is expected to override that veto next week. President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Harris will meet with transition advisors today. Earlier this week, President-elect Joe Biden formally introduced Miguel Cardona as his nominee for Secretary of Education. President-elect Biden also received the COVID-19 vaccine earlier this week. Vice President-elect Harris campaigned in Georgia for two Democratic Senate candidates, Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. They are challenging Republican Senators David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, respectively. Take a look at some of this video that we shot earlier this morning. You can see the holiday spirit. It's alive and well in Fargo. Now, whether big or small, elaborate or simple, everyone is finding their own way to show off a little Christmas cheer on this Christmas Eve. And for the 65th consecutive year, the Department of Defense will track Santa's sleigh tonight, updating his location and the number of delivered gifts each minute on a website that goes online today. This is made possible by numerous volunteers and generous donations. The website sees nearly 15 million unique visitors from over 200 countries and territories each year. And we know that Santa comes down from the North Pole, but it seems that he has brought North Pole-like temperatures with him this evening. It is a cold one out there, Lisa.
Yeah, you know, we saw the cold move in ahead of him, and we're talking about some chilly temperatures to start off your Christmas Eve. But after Santa visits, we're warming back up here for your Christmas Day. Here's a look at our conditions outside right now. We're looking westward along I-94. You can see lots of people out in the hustle and bustle of Christmas Eve this morning, already starting up in that 6 o'clock hour. And we'll continue to see some quiet weather here for today. So that's the good news. Better travel weather, though it is going to be frigid. You don't want to run into trouble in this kind of weather without being prepared for it. Bundle up. Here's a look at our temperatures. We're at 8 below in Fargo, 11 below right now in Grand Forks, and 15 below in Bemidji with clear skies here to start off your Christmas Eve morning. But check out these wind chills. We've been steady in the 30s below for several locations here this morning, especially in northwest Minnesota along the Canadian border, and both Fargo and Grand Forks checking in at 30 below right now, and at times we've been very close to 40 below in some places. So dangerous cold. We're talking frostbite. If you're not properly dressed and prepared, it can happen in a matter of minutes here with this kind of weather. And just look at our wind speeds. They are out of the north or northwest, coming in out of the North Pole, that Arctic air in place, and temperatures that are going to stay cool today as a result of that. And we've got clear skies at least. We've got a nice sunny day ahead of us today. And a look at your planner here for Fargo. Expect to see temperatures climbing very slowly, and some of us, including in the metro and other places in southeastern North Dakota, will see our temperatures climbing more into that above zero range. Maybe not by much, maybe only by a few degrees, but getting above zero here today for a time. And then after this time frame into the evening, we'll see more clouds move in with a warm front coming in with Santa. We're going to see some conditions that start to get better. So around midnight, when Santa's coming, we're looking at temperatures that are going to be right around zero at that point in time. But that may be our coldest temperature of Christmas morning, is right after midnight. And then we'll just work our way up through the day. You could see that south-southeasterly wind kicking in, and that's going to help to bring us some milder conditions for Christmas Day. So looking at your Christmas Day planner, expect to have some sunshine yet again, a little breezy with temperatures that are going to be in the 20s, maybe a couple of us hitting that 30-degree mark again for your Christmas Day. All in all, not too bad. It's more tolerable out there during the day. We have that fresh coating of snow, and we're looking at some sunshine as well for your Christmas Day. Just be aware it might be a little breezy. And then heading into the rest of the week and the weekend, winter is definitely here. It's feeling much more like December and making our way toward the new year as well. We're going to be talking about temperatures reaching highs into the teens and 20s next week. So frigid today, and then it gets better for Christmas Day. Make sure you're bundled up.
Yeah, but be careful out there this morning. It's a cold one for sure. Lisa, thank you. New this morning, a 56-year-old woman is now in the hospital after a car accident just before 2:30. Jeannie Olson was driving east on I-94 when her car swerved left. The Minnesota State Patrol says that it then vaulted into the median. Olson is expected to be okay. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has signed an executive order to reopen pools for lap swim and organized swim teams. Starting on January 4th, pools may reopen as long as facilities follow social distancing requirements specific to pools in the guidance posted to the Stay Safe Minnesota website. A new temporary COVID-19 testing site will be established at Grand Rapids High School. It'll offer free saliva testing from January 6th through the 8th. Appointments are encouraged but not required. You can find more information on our website. That's valleynewslive.com. The Trump administration said it will purchase an additional 100 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine from Pfizer. The announcement from the Department of Health and Human Services said Pfizer will manufacture and deliver up to 100 million doses of the vaccine to government-designated locations. The new order is in addition to the 100 million doses already purchased by the U.S. government. Pfizer said they expect to have all the doses delivered by July 31st. The government also has the option to acquire up to an additional 400 million doses. The U.S. Department of Energy has awarded $250,000 to the University of North Dakota's Energy and Environmental Research Center, also known as EER. Less than 2 years ago, the North Dakota legislature founded the EER to provide funding so new ideas can be explored. So far, 25 research ideas have been funded. The $250,000 will be used to combine an ammonia-based energy storage technology for use at coal-fired power plants. Law enforcement agencies across North Dakota have handed out nearly 1,700 citations during their Click It or Ticket campaign. It ran from November 16th through the 29th. There were 587 tickets for speeding, 570 were issued for failure to wear a seatbelt, 19 of those involved children. The remaining comes from traffic citations, including disobeying traffic signals and equipment violations. A message from the Fargo Police: don't attract thieves with your big gift boxes on the curb. This is the time of the year when people get big ticket items like a flat screen TV, gaming system, and other electronics. And police say by leaving these large boxes outside of your home, you could be announcing to potential thieves what they might find if they decide to break in. So you should consider breaking down those boxes so the labels aren't obvious, and if you can, haul them to a recycling facility. A veteran free diver has now set an underwater swim record, traveling more than 200 yards without coming up for air. Danish diver Stig Severinsen set that record in Mexico earlier this month. He did it in the waters of the Gulf of California. Now that feat, sanctioned by the Guinness World Records. Severinsen says the key to long-distance underwater swimming is to stay calm so the body produces fewer stress hormones. That swim took 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Many of us say we need a recharge after a hectic month, so schedule activities that you enjoy, whether it's reading, getting a massage, or binging that favorite TV show. And stay healthy. Get outside if you can. Go on a walk, eat a healthy diet, and avoid drinking too much alcohol, and get plenty of sleep. And the Christmas season, well, it's here. Today's Christmas Eve, but the crowds, they were absent this year to see Santa off. That's due to restrictions in place because of the pandemic. Santa did have a special message, though, for parents from their children who just had many hopes for a time together. Santa Claus told everyone to stay safe and healthy and keep connected with each other. That was before he set off with his reindeer from his hometown of the Arctic Circle on his trip around the world. Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question, the average family will do this 8 times during the holidays. What is it? The answer, eat leftovers. You make that big meal, you got to make it last for the next couple of days. Remember, you can play along every day by heading to our Facebook page. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today, it rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather on the CW. Have a Merry Christmas Eve, everyone.